Welcome to Thick Boy Fight News. Let's dive in. Dana White's Contender Series returned last night for the 50th rendition of the popular show. White awarded contracts to all 5 winners, 3 of which came via knockout. At the post-fight press conference, White was asked what he thought about Paddy Pimblett's weight fluctuation between fights. White expressed that while he doesn't think it's a good idea, he won't be getting in the middle of it.
It's not good for you. You know, I mean, we all know that. We know that fluctuating and cutting that much weight is very bad. And it definitely doesn't prolong your career. You know, it's tough on your body and your organs and stuff like that. But listen, he's a grown man. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do. You know, it makes it tough for us too, because when we're in the matchmaking room, we want to throw together a fight. Maybe we could throw him on a card in a month and a half. It hurts us too. We have to be very specific when we plan fights for him, because he's nowhere near close to weight. And what you don't want to do is put that kind of pressure on him to cut that much weight in that short amount of time. So
after the events of UFC San Diego, White might not need to put that much thought into Pimblett's next fight. Bobby Green, a fighter guest at the event, secretly filmed Pimblett, who was also in attendance, while simultaneously talking trash. Green urged his followers to tag Pimblett in the video, who was well out of earshot.
I just have to say it. Look at this. Look at this little fat head right here. Look at this little fat head. Look at the little fat head guy right there. Who is this fat head guy? Can somebody tell me who this fat head guy is? No, me and Jamal Hill ain't beefing no more. That's my Who is this fat head right here? Who is this guy? I want to know. Who is this guy right here? Who is this guy right here? They said he's the baddie. I don't know about the baddie. If he was bad, he'd fight me. If he was bad. If he was bad. You know, if you really want to fight somebody real, somebody with some real credibility, not this monkey king, bullshit, weird. You can fight a real bro. The real ones. Man. So y'all can tag him and let him know what I'm saying. Let him know. Cause I don't want to disrespect him in front of this girl. He's with his little lady friend right now. And I'd just be mean.
Things are heating up between Aljamain Sterling and TJ Dillashaw ahead of their Bantamweight Championship bout at UFC 280. On a recent episode of the MMA Hour, Sterling stated that he doesn't think Dillashaw is a clean athlete, a callback to Dillashaw's 2-year suspension for using performance-enhancing drugs. Dillashaw responded to those remarks from Sterling in an interview with MMA Junkie. He's got to say something to downplay how good I am. I'm going to whoop his coming up soon in 10 weeks. He's got to make some sort of excuse of why I'm winning, or who I am and why I am. It don't bother me. It's just a bunch of excuses. When I beat his he's going to be like, see? Dillashaw also spoke about the advantages he has over Sterling and how he sees the fight going. I absolutely have the advantage in striking. I believe I have the advantage everywhere. He's really good once he gets on the back with control and things like that. I haven't been impressed with his wrestling. He's a D3 wrestler and I've been wrestling D1. I think his takedown defense is under 50%. His striking it's embarrassing that he's the champion. His striking that is that bad. It's god awful. He uses his awkwardness to his advantage, but when you start throwing with him, he just cowers. I don't know. There's a lot there. I can out-grapple you. I can out-strike you. I'm going to put on a clinic. In bare knuckle fighting championship news, former UFC fighter Paige VanZant is no longer fighting on this weekend's card in London. The news was broken on Twitter by MMA News in a single tweet. Confirmed, Paige VanZant will not be fighting this weekend. Fight against Charissa Sigala is moved to October 15th, still uncertain as to the reason. Initial report talked about ticket sales, but now hearing issues from Paige's side. VanZant, however, walked back on the claims that the fight fell through because of issues on her end. In a tweet of her own, VanZant shared her side of the story. This is out of my control. I went an entire camp and weight cut to be pulled a week out. I did not pull for my fight. I was pulled. I am pissed off and heartbroken. I worked my off to be pulled a week before I am supposed to compete. On episode 280 of the Weighing In podcast with Josh Thomson and Big John McCarthy, the duo discussed the recent criticism Dana White's Contender Series fighter Bo Nickal has received. Nickal has been on the receiving end of doubt recently, notably from Anthony Smith and Luke Rockhold. Thomson and McCarthy defend the Nickal, saying he is in fact a legit prospect, and that by the time he's ready to make his mark in the UFC, his doubters will be long retired.
Bo Nickal's the real deal. Bo Nickal is a phenomenal wrestler out of Penn State, and he has been working as a fighter for the last several years. Look, American Top Team, Dan Lambert, opened up an ATT at Penn State right outside of it because of Bo Nickal. All right, the guy is going to be something. Dana knows he's going to be something. This whole thing with, oh, Dana didn't sign him from the Dana White Contenders thing. Stop. Okay, Dana's already taken care of that. They know that. All he's trying to do is get him more fights before he gets into the UFC. The guy can wrestle his ass off and will wrestle most guys' ass off in the cage. And he can also hit submissions. He can also, smack people around. He's good. But to put him in the position of right now that he can beat Izzy, he's not in any fashion in the MMA world has he experienced the things that he needs to experience to take on someone like Izzy at this point. Bo Nickal good? Bo Nickal's good. Is he, the second coming of Christ? No. But he's going to be a great fighter, no doubt about it. And the UFC is they've already got him signed.
I think it's brilliant what Dana's doing. He understands what kind of talent he is. He understands how marketable he is. It's not very often you get a talented, good wrestler who can talk on the mic and has already started working towards his progressions of submissions and wrestling together, and as a ginger. I mean, let's be real. I can market a ginger. It's the easiest thing I can do. It's not like he's not going to be recognizable walking through the crowds. And what I love about him, honestly, there's no hate. These fighters got to stop hating on him. He's got 3 fights. Leave the freaking guy alone. Even my boy Luke, man. Luke, I love you. We shouldn't even have this conversation. Let the kid enjoy these moments on the Dana White Contender Series. He will eventually get towards the top. But you will be long gone, Luke. Same with some of these other guys. Izzy might even be long gone by the time he gets there. Izzy might. That's how long it's going to take this kid to get there.
Looking for more original MMA content? Watch the latest episode of Fight Night Flashbacks on Thick Boy YouTube. Brendan Schaub and Eric Griffin look at the rise of Kamaru Usman ahead of his title bout with Leon Edwards this weekend at UFC 278.